Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. There's a couple kids at school that play, so she's got comrades in arms already. She's certainly going to have the height for it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if she'll like how physical it gets later. That's something I still kind of cringe when I watch Ronnie play. The fouls and stuff start to show up a lot more when they get a little older.
Yeah.
Pee-wee league is still cute. And that's going to go the same for soccer, too. Right now, they're still pretty polite with each other. We'll see where that goes.
It's kind of a shame, isn't it?
You know, I like watching women's World Cup level soccer more than men because there's less of that crap.
Yeah.
You know, they spend more time playing and less time trying to tackle each other.
Yeah. It's more about the skill set.
More about the game and the skills rather than the dirty shots. That's why I hated us playing Brazil.
Oh.
Brazilian player, as good as she supposedly is a very dirty player. And I just, yeah, you cringe when you see somebody getting taken out, literally taken out. I mean, knees get destroyed by the way some of these people play. You know, they deliberately will trip somebody mid-stride. Next thing you know, they've torn ligaments and their career has ended, or at least temporarily been put on hold.
Right.
They play clean. Japan is fun to watch. They're very good at keeping the ball away from their team, you know, the other team. That was a nice rematch in the Olympics with them. I like watching us play them. Oh, now this is nice. I like this. This is a nice walk.
When I do my homework like I'm supposed to, what do you know?
Well, you know, we've had a few cooler mornings. A little more conducive to doing this sort of thing. What a good girl. Yeah, I really like that nice stretch, chewing. We're alert but not tense. Yeah.
Have you heard of Jack Brainerd?
Yes, but I don't know why.
Cowboy dressage.
Okay.
And he's also the master of lead changes.
Oh.
He's 92.
Oh, okay.
He trained with Ray Hunt and Tom Dorrance.
Yeah, I knew Ray. Okay.
And my friends just went to a clinic in Kentucky with him.
Okay. 92. Good for him.
They had people from all different clinicians, Pirelli, Clinton Anderson, Dennis Reese, whatever. All of the people were wonderful, open-minded horse people.
Yeah.
They all had wonderful foundations on their horses, and he got to advance them right on through. And he's...
What is his background? What
you know, I'm going to have to look into it more. I think it's... I don't really know. It's something probably with cow work. But he's very much about timing your cue to the footfall of the horse.
Which means you have to understand the pattern of the footfalls and how you can influence them.
And which is dressage, basically.
Yeah.
Hello.
I always crack up when people say, oh, I don't like dressage. Really? Do you know what it is?
What?
Dressage means training. So we don't like trained horses. That's
Yeah.
an interesting concept.
Well, when I went to a tour stop in Arizona to see Clinton Anderson, and I was standing in line to get him to sign a book or something that I had, and you get your picture taken with him.
Okay.
And you can ask him a question.
Sure.
And I was in line, and there was this nice lady there with her 2 teenage daughters. And they were very excited and talking, and I said, is this, you know, your first tour stop? Oh, no, we come to all of them. We go all the time, blah, blah. And I said, oh, you know, that's wonderful. And I said, you know, I really kind of lean more towards dressage. And I was going to say, but I like a lot of the things he does with his training. As soon as I said, I really kind of lean toward dressage, she says, I hate dressage. All dressage people are snobs.
Wow. It's sad that they have that image. I mean, I've met them.
Oh, I've met them.
But how sad.
And I just said, oh, golly.
Wow.
And I just kind of shut up and didn't say another word.
Yeah.
I thought
But
there's...
you walked off with your nose in the air, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It is sad that they have such a negative image that way, because it's such basic bones how to train a horse.
But the really good people aren't like that.
Most of them know. There's a few, but most of them know. You don't come by it
No.
instantly. You don't, you know. And even somebody who can go and buy a fabulous trained dressage horse, for you to connect with them, it doesn't happen overnight.
Well, I met, there's a family over this way.
Uh-huh.
And I would see them out, and the one girl would be leading a paint horse with a saddle on.
Okay.
And the lady was riding this, looked like ancient leopard Appaloosa in an English saddle and bridle. Older lady. And I caught him one day
Yeah.
and was talking with him. And, oh, Kathy, you know how you can just tell what somebody's life is like in like 5 minutes? The mother was a dressage queen. And she'd had a Grand Prix horse at one time.
Oh, nice.
And was quite impressed with herself. And every time her daughter opened her mouth, this woman slammed her. Now, I just happen to know from my walks that I went around the block a few times, and I saw a gentleman, and they had a horse trailer in their driveway. And I spoke with him, and I saw his wife at the time, pregnant, very, very pregnant.
Okay.
And I said, oh, you know, where are you going to have the baby? Because I worked at a hospital. And they said, oh, we're going to have a midwife, and she's going to have him here at home. He answered. She didn't speak.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh, and they said, yeah, we're having twins. And I thought,
Oh my gosh.
you're going to do twins at home with a midwife? You're nuts.
Yeah.
And I thought, this poor woman. And it was obvious then.
Yeah.
The man spoke. She didn't.
Oh
So it turns out they have 6 or 8 children.
God.
One is autistic, so that explains why they won't go to a hospital. Probably a birth injury. Posing. And
It's a reason pose.
yeah, and it turns out that this pair that I met out here, this was that woman that had the twins leading the horse,
Oh my.
and the dressage queen riding was her mother.
Oh, interesting.
And her mother was so rude and mean and condescending to her. And
Boy, it's talk about setting a child up for
oh,
life. I'm going to switch this to the horn rather than off the bit.
yeah. So it was very sad.
Yeah.
And the mother, she just couldn't wait to tell me, oh, I was in the arena and I was doing 1 Timpy changes, and I came out and my horse fell over dead.
Oh my gosh.
And she said, I never thought that would happen to me, but my friend was riding her horse in the arena and we were doing whatever. And her horse all of a sudden staggered sideways and fell over on her. And she broke her ribs and this and that. And I'm like, that's kind of weird thing to talk about. But, and she was saying to her daughter, oh, you know, I told her not to buy that horse. She'll never ride that horse. He'll never be rideable. You know, that's a horse that no one should own, and that should go to the glue factory, and this, that, and the other. Just strange.
Yeah.
And I just looked at this wonderful youngish woman,
Yeah.
and I thought,
How many doors have been slammed in her face?
you poor baby. And all she has in her life for her is that little horse that she walks around,
Like,
that, you know, he's a throwaway, and no, you know, and she's hanging on to him for dear life.
yeah. So how is Mule Man's son doing with the new horse?
I haven't seen that he's posted anything yet.